witch hunt.
So for more on the Attorney General's comments and the steps being taken to learn more about the Mar-a-Lago raid, we are joined by RNC spokesman Paris Dennard. Paris, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So tell me a little bit about your thoughts on what you heard from the Attorney General today.
It's unacceptable. I think the American people want to know exactly why such an unprecedented, unnecessary, aggressive, big government action was taken for the former sitting president of the United States of America. If this could be done to the President Trump, a lot of Americans are fearful that this could be done to them. His explanation didn't pass the test. It wasn't transparent. He didn't say exactly why, and we need to know, because this type of raid was totally outrageous.
Now, you mentioned unsealing the search warrants so that people can maybe get a little bit more perspective on what specifically the FBI was looking for there. Is that a positive step in your mind, or is it still not enough to redeem what took place?
Well, there's nothing that can redeem what took place because it should never have happened. It's an unprecedented step that sets a dangerous precedent for the future. But unsealing the warrant would be a good first step to have transparency in an administration and a White House that has not been transparent with the American people for the past 2 years. But it would be a good step, because if they care about transparency, accountability, and honesty, they would be very transparent in this measure and allow the American people to see exactly why and the justification they think warranted such an aggressive, outrageous action on former president's private home.
So once we actually get into that warrant after a judge unseals it, what specifically are you going to be looking for, and what more do you want to know about the process that went into all of this?
Well, we certainly want to know the justification for it. We want to know why it seems to be desperate treatment for President Trump than there was for Hillary Clinton or Hunter Biden. We want to know why there wasn't such an outrageous, aggressive raid on Hillary Clinton's home in Chappaqua, New York. Why there has yet to be an aggressive FBI raid on Hunter Biden's home, when we see the contents of his laptop, when we see that illegal activities took place there, when we know that there's a lot of questionable things that happen when it comes to financial entanglements between foreign actors and Hunter Biden and the quote-unquote big guy, which we all know is Joe Biden. So, yes, we want to know exactly why President Trump seems to be singled out and why the Department of Justice has weaponized their department going after President Trump with his FBI raid.
Well, and I'm curious, I mean, are there any steps that you want to see from the White House, the Biden administration? We know we heard from them on Monday when all of this happened that they learned about it just like we all did from news reports. I mean, what specifically do you think the White House should be doing to protect, I guess, former presidents?
The White House should be transparent. When Karine Jean-Pierre gets on the television and says no comment, defer everything to the Department of Justice, we had no idea. Well, why don't you have the President of the United States ask the President to come out to the American people and say whether or not he would want this done to him, whether or not he would want this done to Bill Clinton, whether or not he would want this done to Jimmy Carter, whether or not he would want this done to Barack Obama, whether or not he would want this done to Hillary Clinton or to Hunter Biden. They are not being transparent. Just as well, they weren't transparent with the president's health, never allowing the president's physician to come before the press and the American people and be asked direct questions about the president's health after contracting COVID twice. This administration is not being held accountable by the media. They are not transparent, and they're not being honest with the American people. Passing the buck and saying that the Department of Justice can answer it or another department can answer it is not being wholly transparent. They need to be accountable for this outrageous raid on President Trump's home.
Much more to come on this in the days ahead. Paris, we appreciate you jumping on with us tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.